Hey guys, welcome back to my channel Total and Crazy by Vidushi. Do subscribe to my channel, hit the bell icon to never miss an update, and do give me a thumbs up if you like the video. So today we are going to do the chapter The Hack Driver that has been written by Sinclair Lewis. This is again a preparatory guide for your 10th board exams. It contains the vocabulary, summary and explanation and all the important practice questions that you can probably get from this chapter, The Hack Driver. Now this is a very interesting story about this narrator who's narrating the story. And when it begins and when you're reading the story, when you start reading, if you're reading it for the first time, you feel like it's a very inspiring one and all of that, and then there is a sudden twist in the end that ends in complete humor, or it's a complete twist by the time it reaches the end. So let's find out what that really is. If you have missed your explanation in your classroom, then I'm sure this video is enough to get you back on track to understand this particular story, and this can be used as an excellent revision video one day before your exam when you want to just revisit everything, and then you can just listen to this little thing, and about 20 minutes is enough to revise this particular story. Let's begin with the summary. Here there is a narrator, and he is a junior assistant clerk in a law firm. Now he is very unhappy and he finds that his training is very unpleasant. Reason being that instead of giving legal briefs or working on full hand law cases, he is given the job of serving summons. Now that's what usually happens when you're a trainer. Until you reach a particular level, they make you do an intern type or trainer type of jobs, and he is sent to all dark places, shadowy places, to meet all kinds of dangerous people. And then there are some overconfident or extremely confident ones who even beat him up. So he is completely tired of this city life, and he keeps remembering his hometown time and again, that he wants to just leave it all and go back home. This one time he sent to a place called as New Millions to serve a summons to a person called as Oliver Lutkins. Now he is very rejoiced, reason being that he's finally going to get to go to a countryside, leaving his city behind. But his joy doesn't last for long, because when he goes there he sees that this particular countryside has a lot of muddy streets, and there are a lot of wooden shops which are either only half painted, or they're barely enough painted, or they're not painted at all. It's not a very good looking place. But he is attracted to one particular person over there. He is the delivery man. The delivery man over here is the cart driver, the hack driver. He is about 40 years old. He has a red face. He's healthy. He's cheerful. He seems like a very approachable and friendly person. He's wearing dirty, but it is worn very well, although his clothes are dirty. And they're all worn out clothes. So he looks at him, and he seems like the kind of person that, likes other people and talks to them. So this narrator goes to him, tells him that he's looking for Oliver Lutkins, and this delivery man tells him that he might be at Fritz's shop, maybe playing poker. And so he says that, I'm going to get my hack cart out, and I will charge you $2 per hour, and I will drive you around to help you find Oliver. And during that time, he reveals that Oliver is somebody who owes even this hack driver a lot of money, and like around 35 cents or something, and he also owes a lot of money to other people. And that is where the narrator finally shares the reason why he is looking for Oliver, that he had to be present in a court as a witness, but he is, and that is why he wanted to serve him a summons, but that person is not responding to any of their letters. That is when the hack driver introduces that he's either called as Bill or Magnuson, and people famously call him William Magnuson, fancy carting and hacking, because he's a hack driver. So the story moves on from here, and it is revealed that when they are on the drive, this hack driver Bill, he starts talking, and he says that Oliver is very good in deceiving people. Deceiving people means he is very good at cheating people, but he is also a very good poker player. So the narrator feels that maybe somewhere or the other this hack driver Bill also admires Oliver, but he is also angry because Oliver owes a lot of people money. Now, when they go to Fritz shop, and this narrator is completely happy with the way this hack driver is behaving with him. He offers to help, that you stay, I'll go and ask for him. Maybe he'll recognize you and run away. And he does all that. And when they go to Fritz shop, the person at the shop over there tells him that he was there for some time, but maybe he went for a shave to Gustav's. Now there, the Swede is a Swedish person. Now the customers had, not many customers had seen him, and the Swede got very angry, and he says that, in case you find Oliver, then you let him know that he owes me $35. You get me that as well if you find him. He gets very angry. But one of those customers claimed that they saw him go down the main street at the side of the hotel. So now, this Bill, he assumed that since he owes $35 at Gustav's, maybe he's gone to another place called Gary's for a shave. Then they reach Gary's, where they learn that they missed Oliver by just 5 minutes. Oliver was there 5 minutes ago, but then he has left. Then they visit the pool room. There also he had recently left after buying a pack of cigarettes. So this chase continues. Wherever they go, they are told that, oh, he just left. Oh, he just left. During this entire process, the narrator has started to enjoy Bill's company. And he says that, why don't we have lunch? I will buy you lunch. The narrator tells Bill. And and Bill says that, my wife would have already cooked meal, and she'll be very angry if I don't go. But she will be more than happy to pack lunch for you and me, and then maybe we can sit on top of Wade's Hill, look at the beautiful view from there, have lunch together, and you will be charged just $50 for your lunch. So there are hardly, only just 4 restaurants in the city, and you'll be paying so much for such oily and greasy food. Buy it from my wife for $50. Now, he was realizing, the narrator was realizing that while he was enjoying Bill's company, he was also being charged per hour. Remember, $2 an hour. Now he's charging for the lunch. But he loved the company so much that he was okay with it. At the end, he paid for almost about 6 hours. But he did not mind paying for it himself. Although he charged the company, his company who he had come on behalf of, but he says that he wouldn't have minded paying for it himself. Now, when they're sitting there and having lunch, he is, talking about the place New Million, and how the people over there are, what kind of a place it is, what kind of people exist, and he's so good. He's such a good orator. He's such a good storyteller that the author feels like there is a picture of words, and he laughs at the people of New Millions, and he says that they're very laughable, they're very foolish, but I can understand and I can forgive them. So the narrator is completely, mesmerized with this company. Bill talks about the college boys and the fancy clothes. He makes fun of the minister's wife, who sings very loudly whenever she is in debt, whenever she she owes money to people. He talks about the lawyer's wife, who could never get her husband to either get both the collar and the tie up together. It's either of the one. And it was as if like he brought the entire city to life. It is BR. He brought the entire city to life with his words. The narrator started feeling that maybe he knew the city, he knew the country of New Million now very well. He knew this village of New Million very, very well, and that he felt like he had been living there for a very long time. After that, they continue with their chase to find, Lutkin's, and that is when Bill, he corners one of Lutkin's friends, threatens him, and he says that you tell us where he is, and that is when he gives the idea that maybe he's gone to his mother's farmhouse. So they go to this very poor farmhouse, and Bill goes and talks to his mother. She's a very huge lady, very tall lady, a very loud woman, and he tells that this man has come all the way from the city side to look for Lutkins. He wants to serve a summons to him. He's a very important person. So the narrator begins to feel very happy that he's made to feel so important. But she threatens them to burn them on the throw fire at them from the gas stove. And even though they found it rude, they ran around the house trying to find Lutkins there, but they couldn't find him anywhere there. They couldn't continue the chase any longer because the narrator had to return by an afternoon train, and he pays Bill whatever money he owed to him, and he leaves for the day. Now, even though he had failed at his job that his company had sent him for, he felt a sense of satisfaction. He felt as though he had found a treasure. He had hit the jackpot because he got to meet such an important, such an entertaining person, such a friendly person, that he even started considering that maybe, he should quit all that he's doing and just go and live in the place of New Million and, find a life there, become a lawyer there for people, earn less, but it's okay. He felt like he had found new path for life. But the people at his office were very upset with him. The people at his office, his superiors, were very upset because the very next day they had to present Oliver Lutkins at the court, and this person has come back failed. So they again sent him to New Million the next day with another man who had worked with Oliver Lutkins before. And the narrator is very upset that why are they sending another man with me? Now I will not be able to spend quality time with Bill. So you can see that he is so, he enjoyed the company of Bill so much that he doesn't even care that his actual job was to find Oliver Lutkins. And even now, all he's thinking about he's not thinking about the fact that, he's been insulted so much by his superiors or that he could be thrown out of the training. All he is interested is in spending time with Bill. Now, when he reaches New Million, he finds Bill standing there and he tells his colleague that, look, this is the man who helped me yesterday. He will help us today as well. And then he sees that Bill is standing with Oliver's mother and they didn't seem to be quarreling, fighting or anything. They were laughing. They were very confused. And that is when it is revealed to him that he had been fooled. Oliver had fooled him all about. Bill was nobody else but Oliver. And when he went to him in anger and rage that, you made me chase around the entire city yesterday while you were with me. I could have served you the summons then and there. And they laugh at him as he serves the summons, reads the summons to him, and he says that you have to be present at court. He laughs at them. The lady laughs at them. And to insult him and embarrass him more, he even says that, why don't we go and have a cup of coffee in this nearby cafe? Because some people yesterday had not seen you the previous day and they were left out of the fun I had with you. So he's left feeling completely embarrassed. You could say it kind of ends in a humor, but at the same time in a bit of irritation that, this person had finally thought that he had found new meaning in his life. And now he will start hating even this country life, village life all the more. So while he thought about, quitting the city life and moving to the village, he had been fooled very badly by a villager. So maybe now all over again he would be confused in life. There are 3 important words I found over here. Hack, of course, it is a horse-driven vehicle. Earnest is very seriously. And Swede, like I mentioned in the summary, is a person from Sweden. Here are some sample questions. I have also written the answers in points. You need to form your own questions. Why did the narrator call his work unpleasant? Because he was sent to serve summons and he had to go to dangerous places, meet dangerous people, to shadowy places, and sometimes he was even beaten up by the confident other people. Describe the hack driver's appearance in your own words. I have mentioned this in the summary and there are points mentioned here. Pause the video, take down the points, frame your own sentences. Why does the driver offer to ask about Oliver Lutkins? This has been mentioned in CBSE 2012 paper. He was Oliver himself, Bill was Oliver himself, and he did not want to become a witness. So he offered to help the lawyer so that he could continue to fool him and the lawyer would return without finding Oliver himself. But he was no more dishonest than I. Explain. Now here they're talking about the hack driver, that he was equally dishonest because he was getting paid to write, and on top of that he was faking that he was just helping him. In reality he was just fooling him. Why was the narrator happy even though he had not found Lutkins? Lutkins hated the city life, and this ride in the village gave him a lot of joy. He was very satisfied after meeting the hack driver and the stories that he heard about New Million. Mention 2 things about Bill that impressed the narrator. I have written these 2 things, that he was cheerful, friendly, and an honest man. That is what he thought. And secondly, he liked, Bill's philosophy of simplicity and laughter. How did the chief react when the narrator returned to town? He was very furious at his failure, and he said that next day you will have to go back to New Million with another colleague of yours to find Lutkins. They were very angry. They raged out with insults against him, and they sent him back to finish his job. How does the narrator eventually find Lutkin? The companion who has gone with the narrator to find Lutkins had worked with Lutkins and he recognized him. So when the narrator says that, let's go with this hack driver, he will help us, that is when he reveals that Bill is nobody but Oliver himself. Why did Lutkins pretend to be Bill Magnuson? He did not want to be a witness at the court, and that is why he did, and he did not want to accept the summons, which is why he pretends. What did the hack driver tell the narrator about Lutkin's mother? He tells him that she's a real terror. She's large and she's hefty and she's a person with bad temper and she's as quick as a cat. These are all pointers. Use them in a sentence appropriately. How did the hack driver befool the narrator? The driver acted as Bill, took him around the village on the pretext of finding Lutkins, and he took advantage of the fact that the narrator had never seen Lutkins before. So this is what you have in your short questions. Here are some long questions which you have to frame by yourself. The narrator strikes as a romantic idealist. Do you agree? Support your answer with the text. Here, romantic idealist has a very complete different, and yes, I do agree with the fact that he does strike as a romantic idealist, because he lives in a mind full of an idealistic world where he wants to skip training and do all the big work, where he wants to live in a place where there are good people, where nobody fools him, where people are not more confident than him, and all of that. So these are the inferences that you can pick out from the chapter and explain why he strikes as a romantic idealist. Describe Bill as through the eyes of the narrator. How does the narrator think of Bill? He thinks very highly. He finds him entertaining. He finds him approachable, friendly. He finds that he has motivated him, encouraged him. You can mention the same. Appearances are often deceptive. Comment on the statement in the light of reading this story. So by the appearance, the narrator thought that Bill was very friendly, very approachable, a very helpful man, somebody with a lot of simplicity, a philosophy of laughter, a person with a good sense of humor, XYZ, but it was all deceptive, which is why they say that you shouldn't judge a book by its cover. You need to read the book so as to understand if that is meant for you or not. So you could use the help of these idioms and these examples from the story and then frame your answer. Do you think Lutkins was right in befooling the lawyer on earning money by using unfair means? What precautions should one take to avoid a situation like the one in which the lawyer was placed? This is a completely self-imaginatory answer. Of course, I do not think that it was right to befool the lawyer for earning money. Of course, you need to frame your own answers. And what precautions should one take to avoid a situation? My suggestion for this answer would be that one should be more careful. One shouldn't reveal a lot about their own self. One shouldn't trust anybody very easily, because you can see over here that the narrator trusted people very easily. So these are some of the pointers you can take to frame a long answer. That's all for the story, guys. Like, share, comment, and subscribe. I shall see you in the next video. And I hope this video has helped you learn and understand the hack driver exactly the way you need it. Good luck.